Yeah, Paul Thorpe, he's gone missing. I was looking at his video before his last video. He's gone. He's gone and said that he's always been honest to people, But where's the honest come? I mean, he hasn't really told us why he's gone from England to Spain. All he's just told us is that the police are giving him grief. I feel that someone's knocked at his door and told him, you look like you can get yourself in serious trouble. You've got a knock on your head. You're going to get yourself nicked. Yeah, that's what I think's happened, and I think he's gone poor. And then he's gone over to Spain, and he's telling us that he's no longer doing any super chats, which he did more or less straight away. He's had the police on his case, driving him mad in England. He's had the customs and excise driving him mad in Spain. So and then he's saying that the police stopped him for not wearing a helmet. Yeah, he was wearing a helmet anyway, but he just made out that I can't see Paul Thorpe being Paul Thorpe, getting on a scooter or whatever it was without putting a helmet on. He's one of them guys who's right into safety, isn't he? You know what I mean? So, I mean, if anybody's like guns, has guns, that's just enough safety, isn't it? So, therefore, he would be looking after himself. He ain't not going to wear a helmet, The guy's looking after his life. It's the same with, he's over in Spain. It'd be easy now for him to get a gun licence over there. I shouldn't think it'd be no problem at all. Gun lines are witty nitty out there. I mean, you can go in the shop and buy a gun, what I've been told. I don't think Paul Thorpe was being very honest with people, even though he says he has been. As I said, he hasn't told us anything. Nothing. We don't know nothing. It isn't for us really to know, I don't suppose. But when he starts doing super chats and, taking money off people again, and people have got no idea where it's going, that's a shame. The reason I give Paul Thorpe a bit of grief about all this is because I know this old boy here. He's a nice old bullock. When I say old boy, he's younger than me, but he looks a bad way, you know what I mean? But he was doing them super chats, and he was going to his rallies, and he was putting lots of money into the bucket, and he was doing super chats and putting quite a bit of money into the super chats as well. And then all of a sudden, they disappear, and no one says anything about the money that he's put into the bucket or the super chats. I know you wouldn't know about the buckets, but the super chats, it's no one knows what's going on with it. No one knows where it's gone. You know what I mean? So they obviously getting entitled to be a bit upset. And when he was telling me, I thought it's a liberty. It's a liberty, yeah. I said to people on my channel, on this channel, that I'm going to do a guy with Peter McCann. Check Peter McCann at Google. Peter McCann is a big guy in the boxing. He's really big, really big. Peter McCann, and he wants me to do a video with him. I will do a video with him, and and it'd be for boxing clubs like Islington Boxing Club where we went to the other day and watched it. Yeah, I would like to do something like that and get super chats going just for put the money straight into the club or whatever. Yeah. Someone on YouTube, a guy, he's done 3 or 4 times now. Put £2 super chats. I don't know nothing about super chat. I don't know where it goes or whatever. So I've got to find out from my friend Christian Morgan, who's Guilty TV. He's a mate of mine. He told me more or less everything about it. But I didn't know that I was already on super chats. I've never had nothing from anybody. I've never asked for anybody to put on my super chats. I'm not into that. I don't do YouTube to take money off of people that are watching me that have got nothing. Just watch me on YouTube. And there's a lot of people on YouTube and on these marches that went on there that haven't got nothing, that keep maybe a couple of pounds in their pocket to put in the bucket. They're the sort of people really that the ones in charge. They're the ones like England's all about. You know what I mean? It's about them people that have come from miles and miles and miles. Some have come from different countries to do these marches and put money into the buckets. It's like it's a business, isn't it? It's a business. they haven't done it for nothing. You know, you can't expect them to do anything. Like you can't expect them to do a march for nothing. Obviously, it comes to money, yeah. You know, but I think if you're going to do something like that, you know, you've got to have to tell people that look, the money that I collect or whatever is going towards what we put here today, like you know, security and everything else, and the rest is going to go into hospital, schools, and all that sort of thing, and have the proper paperwork to prove it. You know, obviously, so when you start counting money and you're starting counting hundreds of thousands of pounds, you know, it's a bit different, isn't it? You know what I mean? And you know, something's not right. I mean, something was said, something was definitely said on his appeal when he went up and that when he went up and that on appeal. Robinson went up and that appeal. Something was said by the High Court judge, the highest judge in the land, a woman. She said something to them them QCs or barristers or whatever about certain things, and them certain things uh, they they proved themselves, and they thought, "Phew," and they've won. I don't know why so much Paul Falk's run, where you got other people on YouTube, they still got their channels, and they're doing the exact same thing that Paul Falk done. So what has he done? Have they won with something? Has the guy in Woodhill found out something that they've done? They've gone. You know, you don't know. You don't know. It's not something not right. Now they've gone quiet again. They've gone all quiet. No one knows what's going on. You know what I mean? It's you know it's a game. Anyway, bang bang rail. Just give me your little comments on it. If something ain't right, I've got to do. I'm going to do. I'm going to do a video. Maybe after this. All right. I'll tell you about it. I was going to tell you about when I was doing it. You know what I mean? All right, nice one.